and your final adjustment is the ISO. Depending on if the photo is too bright or too dark, you change the ISO accordingly. Yeah. Um, higher ISO, higher brightness, lower ISO, less brightness. But one con of increasing the ISO a lot is that your photo can become blurry. Okay. So, let me explain. So, well, okay, let me just explain this concept first. Having a high ISO in daytime is perfectly fine, but having a high ISO at nighttime is not fine. Okay, you wanna know why?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just draw this.
Like, what does it like try too hard and then like start failing?
Basically, but the more expensive the camera, the better that feature is. The better the amplifying feature. Okay.
So you can have so Nami can have like a trillion ISO and still be fine with it.
Yes, basically. But it also depends on the camera sensor and the technology. Yeah. Which
What's like the like do you ever take pictures with like no ISO, like zero ISO?
there's no such thing as zero, but there's like ISO 64 or ISO 80, like super duper low. Of course, you
What's
need
the
ISO,
optimum though?
but I actually don't know what ISO 0 looks like. I think ISO 0 is just total darkness. I'm not sure though. Wait, sorry, what do you ask?
It's like optimally, do you want the lowest ISO?
It depends. Um Most of the time,
No,
yes.
like the lowest ISO for that situation.
Okay, the brighter the conditions, the higher the minimum ISO you should use goes up. Okay,
The
wait.
darker?
No, no, no. So, the brighter the outside is, the higher you can push the ISO, basically. If that makes sense.
Hmm.
Because, okay,
Because there's more like natural light in the picture.
more natural light, and when you're using ISO, or as I explained to as digital lighting, the camera has to work less hard, right? So you can
Ah,
push the ISO
okay.
more.
So ISO values are not directly related to how hard the camera's trying.
Uh, yeah, kinda. So okay, Jackie,
It's
let me
related
just
to the environment in the picture.
the environment. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So a crazy high ISO does not always mean that the camera's trying crazy hard to make the picture bright. It just means that they're trying to make it to a certain brightness.
Well, no. When you increase the ISO too high, the camera is trying harder to make it bright. But
No, but like I meant as like for example like ISO 2000 in a dark picture and a bright picture.
what do you mean? In like daytime or nighttime? What do you mean?
Like a constant ISO in a picture taken at daytime and a picture taken at nighttime,
So
right?
basically,
Like the camera would be
um,
trying less hard to amplify the brightness in the daytime picture.
uh, kind of. But hear me out. Hear my explanation first, okay? ISO is like a light multiplier, I call it. So in daytime, right? Let's say like, okay, let's just look at a few squares because I think I've drawn too much. Imagine this as a camera sensor, okay? Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Imagine this as a camera sensor.
yeah.
Okay, like imagine the individual pixels as these squares. So, like, imagine this pixel is one light unit. Okay, this one is two, one, and this one is three. Okay, you get what I'm trying to explain here. Like this one is
Yeah, yeah.
one brightness. This one is one. This one is
Yeah.
3. This one is
Oh,
2.
so you're just denoting individual pixels with their brightness values.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
For example, we use ISO. Wait, hold up. Let me let me think of this. Okay. Um. So what happens is that when you're using like ISO what like 800 for example, let's just say the multiplier for that is like 2, right? Um.
Yeah.
This then becomes 2, because 2 times 1 is 2. This becomes 2. This becomes 4. This becomes 6. You see how much big of a difference the light values are? This one is 2. This one
Yeah.
is 2. This one is 6. Like from 3, it
Ah,
went to
right.
6. This one is 4.
So it's a okay.
The
I get
higher
what
the
you mean. So
ISO,
it's just
the
a
bigger the difference
multiplier.
of the individual pixels. What problem does that cause? That causes grain.
So
Okay.
yeah, you can have like a pixel with like originally like 10 and the other one with originally 1.
If you
So
zoom into
you get a 20 to 2, which is
yes,
crazy.
basically. If you look at like a
And
grainy photo, you can see the individual pixel, right? Like one could be like gray, one could be like totally white, and one is like green or like brown, right? That's because of this. Okay, like the pixels are not the same brightness, basically. So what happens is that at nighttime, the camera like is struggling, basically. So uh basically at nighttime, the numbers are more sporadic, basically. So at daytime, the camera is working less hard. So like the numbers aren't that like different from each other. At nighttime, it's like what like 2, 5, and like what like 3, 8. The light values are not that constant. At daytime, it's somewhat like the same, right? But at nighttime, it's like really bad. It's really bad conditions for the camera. So if you're using the same ISO, right, as I stated before, and the multiplier is 2, at nighttime, the numbers are even worse. Like this is like 4, this is like 6, this is
right. See,
16,
I see what you
and
mean.
this
I
is
see what you mean.
10.
Because in daytime, right? Like because it's all lighted by sunlight.
It's all
It's
pretty
all
constant.
similar. Yeah.
But at
At nighttime,
nighttime, it's
you
a
have
lot more
total
sporadic.
darkness. You have
Yeah.
like total darkness and like a light somewhere.
So ISO isn't relatively related to grain, right? You see what I'm trying to get here? So like it really depends. At daytime, you can push the ISO higher because there's less difference between the pixels. You feel me? Because you see like this 16, 10, 6, 4. This is like 6, 4, 2. Like the difference is so much more at nighttime. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just my way of explaining it. So yeah, at daytime you can kind of push the ISO more and cause less grain. Yeah. So that's basically the basics. You gotta consider aperture first, shutter, and then ISO. All right. So people say keep your ISO the lowest you can, which is kind of true if you want an extremely clear image. But at daytime, you can kind of push it further than the lowest. You can actually put it at like, let's just say 1,000 or 1,800, and the photo should be perfectly fine. Except for older cameras though, because older cameras, their sensors aren't that good. So even in daytime, you shouldn't push it that high. It stands true for older cameras, but for new cameras like mirrorless cameras, you can push it higher. If for daytime, like you can put it at like 1,800. But yeah, at nighttime, you should try to keep it low because grain happens, and grain equals blur, right? Like there's less detail being captured by the camera, because like it's not capturing those brightness correctly. It's not interpreting the color correctly, and it becomes all messy. Hence the blur, basically.